We have to go rush them, you know. We have to rush them hard. I don't know all the things set already, you know. Yes, man. All right, so here this. We see the Prime Minister. We promised 70 houses unit solution. 70 new houses in 5 years. Not my word on a theme word. Can I play it back? You know, say, you know, we know the tabloid running, we have to play it back. You know, promise 70 houses. I play that and remind him what him say. I mean, I said it cannot be done. Remember me, I tell him it cannot be done. Don't talk thing to Jamaican public or to the people them where you know you can't do or you can't deliver. Stop on the foolishness, man. We not ask, you know, if it more than dumb. You understand? Because number one, people don't have the jobs. If even buy up so much unit one time. That's number one. You know? And then number two, oh, I have to build 14,000 houses solution every year for 5 years. So that will not work. No, I see in Trelawney. Remember in 5 years from 2020 this. I see in Trelawney. Then go hand over some house, couple 39 or something. Can pay that him doing a walk and cut ribbon and the foolishness. And now them are telling him, housing trust of tell him, so listen, we can deliver them also 1,300. Not 14,000. 1,300. Them can deliver them there until 2028 with their 2023. 5 years from now for 1,300. Or the hell reach. Remember, you know, from the election run and to the next election, we have around and that's 23 months. Because I remember at the September the election run. So really, and 24 months, around 23 months. Yeah? So that when it come with us gimmick train all kind of foolishness. No practical. Yeah? And all the man that do is go around and I use money and I do ceremony and I do all kind of things. Brother, that place can't run so man. If you get real, man. Time for you get real. Make me remind you know what I'm saying about the houses when the man do this, because all them do is go round, you know. And say my work. You remember housing trust at the man say him do nobody not do more work than him. You each up a Michael man the thing. And I walk and I cut ribbon. You ever see man they walk a cut ribbon, so yeah, go devil. You each up on the look here. That a housing trust. And you just up and down and a cut ribbon and a cut ribbon. That a housing trust. That's not your plan and ideas. You know, I'm the flagship, man. Stop walking and cut ribbon, man. Housing trust, two of them mandated for the man. You know, each up on something like a something you do, because you're not doing nothing when you each up a housing trust. People, listen, from the 70s, you know, some man they come with that. So when them each up on housing trust, him now do nothing here. If you cut ribbon and say, man, give me this, him now do nothing. Once the man come with something, we can uplift Jamaica and move it forward. The housing solution is to solve itself because, you know, Monday was a visionary. Sir Monday was a visionary. So him leave that and him dead and gone, but it run itself, have its own money and thing. And right now, he might bail it out, a bank it up. Run it in a bankruptcy. Yeah? Make we hear from him mouth when him talk about the 70 houses, yeah? Make we hear this. All him do is go around and hand out and you feel him and do something, him not do nothing. Money not for a time pocket. That come from where it come from. And then the housing thing was set up, PJ set it up. Yesterday him said no other administration not do what him do. Bullshit. Bullshit. Yeah? All right. Make us see this. Make us see this also. See it, watch out.
The Prime Minister issued 70 titles for serviced lots at Windcrest Hills in Hellshire, St. Catherine. He also reiterated government's commitment to providing 70,000 housing solutions over the next 5 years.
Not my word, people, here. He might do 70,000 over the next 5 years. 70,000. Play it again, listen.
Reiterated government's commitment to providing 70,000 housing solutions over
a matter of fact, not even a promise, it's a commitment. That's a commitment. I remember you can't make a commitment. You have to make it in the term, but when you win, until the next election, you have to go win back. You will lose. So you have to tell them over the next 5 years, you're going to do 70,000. You are going to do it. Eh? Play it again. Listen again. Not my word. Listen.
For serviced lots at Windcrest Hills in Helsha, St. Catherine. He also reiterated government's commitment to providing 70,000 housing solutions over the next 5 years. 10,000 of those solutions will be set aside for persons under 30 years old.
If we are able to put 70,000 new housing solutions that are affordable on the market, we would have made a significant dent in the squatting problem, but we would have also made a significant dent in creating communities that would give you the basis.
Some people did so nice. For us start saying you had the 70,000 houses, right? Much money for your house. You don't have a job. Police can't, you might tell you no three, you know, like 3 persons can come together and buy a house. 3. You and a friend. Now you buy a little 2-bedroom house, so that shit. Can you try no want it, you know? Even for you and your brother and your sister buy a house and it's a 2-bedroom and try to come get some loan and buy it. How it go? One get a bedroom and what you get. After you know the button. So that the cause war. Them not have no idea. But you still them do the most. You see we're behind the mark NHT. Not his flagship. They come in here, the man they run out to talk about flagship. Not film flagship this. They call Nigel run out and tell them say, when you move the threshold, where he move from almost 900 and nearly $1 million to 1.5. And Mark G say, I move it to 3. And our flagship, you know, you do have a flagship there. You move something. You move it. You understand? That is of a move more than him building 70,000 houses. I'm not asking me to tell you that. You have to get real. You understand? You have to get real. So remember, just play it and make you hear it again, not my word, and then I'll play where NHT tell him, say, just listen again.
Its commitment to providing 70,000 housing solutions over the next 5 years. 10,000 of those solutions will be set aside for persons under 30 years old.
Under 30. No, you don't have no good job and you do BPO job. Or you get the house them. So when them talk that way, them treat them and catch young people, a lot of foolish, that are garbage again. You just leave your mother, you never leave your mother and father place, you them get a good job. You must say 10,000 people under 30, like you have 10,000 people under 30 are earn the right amount of money for make houses, buy houses like that. 10,000. I'm gonna build 70,000. I'm right now, I'm not build nothing. Them not gone away. Housing trust not gone away yet. Remember, you know, housing trust mandated to do it better, do you know? We don't him go down a cut ribbon and that it dead to do. You understand? It's set there from the 70s. Continue to do what I do. So it depends what you call it, automatic. Yeah. So it does rotate by itself and do what it have to do. And you know go to it depends auto. So you don't need to stop it. It depends auto run. See, and a manual run that auto run. So it can just go and monitor it, go and run itself and do what it to do. See, auto run. See? So make you hear what I say, so listen again. Not my word.
If we are able to put 70,000 new housing solutions that are affordable on the market, we would have made a significant dent in the squatting problem, but we would have also made a significant dent in creating communities that would give you the basis of seeing the emergence of a strong middle class in the country.
Man, I talk about middle class to backside. Strong middle class. Middle class without money. You have the very poor and you have the wealthy. The rich, you know, wealthy. You hear him? He might create middle class. So you create middle class when you hold and you step on them neck. You think that's a middle class create? Eh? When I talk, it make no sense. Eh? It don't make no sense. This are just garbage. You understand? Look on the house them to know. Look front of me. Look on the house, you know. Eh? Look here. Put this one you and your family. Look on this. I look back here. Ah, this a joke. Look here. Do pan this, man.
Thursday also saw the Prime Minister delivering a two-bedroom dwelling to Venetia Reid of St Andrews Southern. The home was provided to the mother of two through the National Social Housing Programme NSHP. Government is projecting to deliver 114 such projects worth $1.17 billion in the upcoming financial year.
A total of 290 applications have been received from members of Parliament across 58 constituencies. Of the 290 applications received, 213 have been approved by the new Social Housing Programme Project Oversight Committee.
Up to January 31, 15 housing units totaling $120 million have been completed by the NSHP, which is being run by the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation.
That works out roughly to about $8 million per housing solution. Currently,
and in a record of 8 million, they have 15. If I 15 also, how much money him say 130 million? How you get a match? I'm sure him say 130 million. So if you have 130 million and a house work out at $8 million, 10 house, 10, 8 at 80. So that's the work out to 120 million. Can work out to 135 million. Another thing does say, let me listen it. Let me listen it back again, look a while. Let me listen back, look a while. Let me listen back.
Reid of St Andrews Southern. The home was provided to the mother of two through the National Social Housing Programme NSHP. Government is projecting to deliver 114 such projects worth $1.17 billion in the upcoming financial year.
A total of 290 applications have been received from members of Parliament across 58 constituencies. Of the 290 applications received, 213 have been approved by the new Social Housing Programme Project Oversight Committee.
Up to January 31, 15 housing units totaling $120 million have been...
Oh, 120 million. Oh, I think 135. 15, 120, okay.
Completed by the NSHP, which is being run by the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation.
Yeah, them not 8 million, and them two bedroom are valid 8 million neither. Nah, foolishness. Yeah, all right. So on a year him just said a while say you hear him just said a while said 70,000 housing unit. And when I put aside for one while, I'm just come with some little dream thing like you want to frighten people, foolishness. I could hear what NHT said to him right as I know. Just a couple days ago. Look here now. Look at the ceremony. Look here. Want to see the ceremony, you know. This ribbon cutting and ceremony cost the taxpayers a bag of money to, you know. If you buy houses, you know, who will buy a house and then you have a prime minister, a bag of people sit down and a pray and a cut for a little dirty thinking two-bedroom place. When I even build good. Andrew, if you stop them thing, man. Come on now, man. Look here.
Honorable Andrew Holness.
Yeah, there.
Member of Parliament for Trelawney Northern, Ms. Tova Hamilton.
Yeah.
Mayor of Falmouth, His Worship the Mayor, Councillor Colin.
Mayor, watch out.
Other councillors, caretakers, and political.
So what? You go for house, and they give a house this now. Where you buy? Where you have this? This a foolishness. The man could have done and do something. This a waste of time. Me could hear what you must say.
Representatives. Pastor of the Duncan's Methodist Church, Reverend Quayne Russell. NHT's board chairman, Mr. Linval Freeman, and other members of the NHT Board of Directors, Mr. Doran Dixon. The managing director of the National Housing Trust, Mr. Martin Miller, and the management team and staff of the NHT. Our developers, project consultants, and other stakeholders, our financial partners, the CEO of the Trelawney Municipal Corporation, Mr. Winston Palmer, and your team, members of the police force, residents of Spicy Hill and Duncan's Trelawney, members of the media, other distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, a pleasant afternoon to you all.
What is?
I think we can do a little better than that. It's not too hot. It's warm, but not too hot.
You know, so Andrea had to pay foolishness to. You are buy a house. You call somebody and buy a house. And them house are sell for over $1 million, by the way. Normal thing. $1 million, million at this, that. No, you buy a house. That means them house have more than 100 million in Jamaica. You know? Then the house are sell for 1.4 million, 1.6 million. Some normal range. But no, said some house will be so boss, and maybe I get them back from maybe a 900,000 or something. But it's a normal thing, right? They might do some house and you do some little house and Jamaican money. And the Prime Minister for that. When people buy them house, people buy them house, you don't see nobody at all. You deal with one, you have your people, them deal with one, you get your place and you do your thing. Why the Prime Minister there has a country banana do all these kind of things, I don't know. It don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. It just can't make no sense. See, watch out.
Nice wind blowing. We should feel a little cool.
Watch
So
out.
let's try that again. Ladies and gentlemen, all a pleasant afternoon to you. Thank you. Today we pause to celebrate how together we have worked tirelessly, combining our efforts, our knowledge, and resources to address one of the most fundamental needs of any community, which is a safe and dignified place to call home. Most importantly, we pause today to celebrate
greetings, Ren, greetings,
and property owners here at Windsor Hills in Trelawney. You can clap.
But may I watch the Prime Minister or promise 70,000 house in 5 years. And then NHT now, few days ago, I tell them say them have 1,300. They soon hear where them have finish by 2028. That remember, you know, if you run election 2020 and the next election will come 2025, you and NHT say well at 2028 before we finish 1,300. Or you reach the 70,000. And then if you have 70,000, who buy it? I don't understand the man, you know. Him just cut ribbon. People are buy them house. If I see nobody work and cut ribbon, so man. And by the way, I know him flagship this. And NHT, me see behind it. This is a product of Sir Mandley. Why?
Yeah, exactly.
Like him do something. This step on auto, you know. So they mandated to do what them doing. You show your thing, you get one when the host them bill and things. So not like him do it.
Exactly.
They want to take credit for these things. Come here and say, no, other build houses like me. You know, build no house. This step on auto, brother.
Yeah, but remember now that the housing program has been ongoing through many administrations, be it PNP or JLP. So It's not anything that is unique to Andrew Holness and his Labour Party government. The NHT is always building houses, and remember they used to call them back in the day Matalan houses. So It's not anything that is unique to Andrew Holness. So it is rather unfortunate that he finds it, you know, necessary to be speaking in this way, like no other government has done anything. Where are his policies created by him that we can all point to in black and white and say, you know something, this idea and this concept and this agency was from the mind of Andrew Holness or Andrew Holness JLP-led administration. We're yet to see that. Everything that Andrew Holness is doing right now and is based on the blueprint that has been laid out for him. So he's just continuing what Portia Simpson administration laid out with Finance Minister Dr. Peter Phillips. He's not doing anything that is new and you know, and new and different and exciting. He's just continuing. But in his continuation, though, he's enriching himself and making poor people poorer and the richer class richer. So the prosperity is going uptown while the poverty is going downtown. You know, so he's not doing anything new. And the NHT it is called the National Housing Trust. Now the Jamaica, it's not a Jamaica Labour Party thing, though created by Michael Manley. It is there to serve the people of Jamaica, and it has been for many administrations. So he cannot take credit for what the NHT is supposed to be doing because the money is paid into the agency. So the people pay for the house and they get it.
You see that? And it helped Jamaica right now. But hear this. I make it hear one of them where you say right. So all of you.
I am so blessed.
Ah, that them carry singer no watcher. Yeah, by you. Hear that one, yeah. Hear that one. I me say for him one hear. Me hear that one, yeah.
Rich in history and culture. In fact, some of us refer to Trelawney as a Yam parish. Some of us say it's the Usain Bolt parish. But regardless of what we say, it has a remarkable legacy. Just a short while ago, we were further west, breaking grounds at Sheffield for the Sheffield Palms development, Westmoreland. Our presence here again underscores our steadfast commitment to the vision of our Prime Minister, and that is to build houses. The handing over of these houses and service lots signifies a significant milestone in the NHT commitment to provide spaces that Jamaica proudly.
Yeah, what I'm saying to the NHT commitment. Your money, my man, they tell you just chew and you get, and then it depend automatic. From all the man they done gone, it depend automatic. It depend auto. So it run, it continue to run. It not depend manual, you know. What yeah.
I can proudly call home. To our new homeowners and landowners present today, your dedication and hard work have borne fruits. Congratulations and welcome to this new mortgage partnership with the National Housing Trust.
Yeah, new mortgage. So you know, say the people them are, and something them are beg. New mortgage partner. What the Prime Minister do, yes, sir? Hey, them for running, make him go do some work, you know. Be serious. Listen to me, you know. Hear what I say, you know.
The NHT's mission has always been to ensure our contributors and their families enjoy comfort, fulfillment, security.
Make sure the contributors, you hear that? I know some of them may get through. Not Andrew Holness, the contributors. They contribute to NHT, yeah? So him just a poser, okay? All right, just go and listen.
Especially within the realm of affordable housing. To achieve this, the NHT has tirelessly focused on its mandate to create opportunities. We continue to invest in policies, partnerships, and programs to improve accessibility and affordability of housing for Jamaicans. For instance, new homeowners here in Windsor Heights benefit from our 100% financing policy for schemes requiring only a nominal deposit of $3,500. And I can tell you as chairman, I'm learning something new today, that if I have $3,500, I can actually deposit in a house and get one of them.
So all some people can't even get the money, 3,500. And you get one of them. That's for sure. I tell people take it. Maybe some of them now can't pay a fee, you know, when them do that, you know. You understand? He might run the NHT bank up, you know. Just to prove a point, you know. You hear this? All right.
This facility extends to all NHT developments. Moreover, our competitive interest rates remain among the most favorable in the market, while initiatives like deferred and intergenerational mortgages, parent assist, and the home grant bridge the affordable gap for our contributors who need it most. Our recently introduced external finance mortgage program stands as another testament to our commitment in broadening financing options for our contributors. And may I say, it's a new program that we are just about transitioning in. I mean, I think there are some, and based on the feedback I'm getting, there are some people who are not quite of faith with the operations of this new financing arrangement. But I've also learned recently that the NHT is not saying to all its contributors, go and seek your financing elsewhere. I am told that the NHT is still a participant in financing, and those at the lower scale can still obtain their financing through the National Housing Trust directly. Over the past 5 years, we have made significant strides in the delivery of housing programs, with plans further to expand housing opportunities for Jamaicans through the NHT. Over the last 5 years, the NHT has spent over $248 billion in houses and have delivered over 22,000 units. And
Which
again,
part though?
based on some...
Him say over the last 5 years, 22,000. Which part it deliver? None of them not done. Most of them not done. A matter of fact, the 5 years ago, him say over the last, that means him gone back. Because now 2023. So him gone back now in 20, maybe 17, 2018. I come up now. See? But most of them talk about not done. You see him gone? And if him gone 5 years, over over 5 years, maybe him gone out from 2015, can say over 5 years. Him that's a 5 years. And it's over 5 years, 2018 to now, that'll be 5 years, right? So over 5 years, I'm back in a Porsche time. And add up the whole of that thing, then I say we deliver 22. So only it's a bill from 2025 years, I'm a bill 70,000 units. If them can't do it over 5 years, or you get 70,000 units a bill now. You hear what I'm saying? Over the last 5 years, over that.
No, there's no way Andrew Holness is going to build 70,000 units. That's not going to happen.
5 years. So if I'm saying over the last 5 years, remember the 5 years don't come yet, you know? But over the last 5 years, he said them done 22,000 units. But we're not seeing either. Right? That he push it back a portion. If you ask him, maybe him going back up maybe 2013, 2014, somewhere there, and add it up. So, Andrew can build 70,000 units in a 5 years. If them can't do it, and them do it. But
you see, Andrew Holness, you know, Andrew Holness, when he speaks, Andrew Holness is not speaking with from a place of honesty. He speaks to get likes and clicks and to, you know, for people to, you know, pat him on the shoulder and say stuff. But when you when you look at the details, it doesn't match up to what Andrew Holness is saying. Because remember now, Andrew Holness has no credibility. So his zero credibility, you know, anything he says, you have to take it, you know, under advisement, because he doesn't speak truth. And because he doesn't speak truth, you have to listen to the experts who are coming out and telling you exactly how things are. So if you know something, if you listen to Andrew Holness, you know, and his administration, Jamaica's a paradise. No crime. Everybody is working. Unemployment is zero. Everybody is wealthy. Hospitals working, schools working. Jamaica has no problem. But when you look at the facts, when you look on the ground, when you look at the reality of the situation, it is far from what Andrew Holness and his administration are saying. It is far from what the Commissioner of Police is saying. You know what I'm saying? So you have to listen to the experts. You have to listen to the people who are on the ground fighting for the rights of everyday Jamaicans, putting their lives on the line, putting their jobs on the line, just to make sure the facts get out there. Because if you follow them, you don't help Jamaica. Nothing they say has value. Nothing they say is rooted in truth. They just speak.
No. And then what them doing, when them open them out, you can just go back. What them understand, all of these agencies, them have to, remember, you know, for each year, you can go and look. You know, like the way investigative journalism, and you can see how much house them build per year. And when so when them open them out, boom, they can, you know, by a little later, I just go look for every year and I line it out and show them. It can embarrass them. Them need to stop this. You understand?
Exactly.
Not to show you, but if him say over, him not say 5 years. Over the last 5 years, over it. So it can be 5 over it. You understand? So if him say in the last 5 years, him say over the last 5 years, it can be 10 years. It can be 9 years. And him say, boy, we build 22. So Andrew gonna build that in a 5 years. 70. When them couldn't do it. And them say man do it, but them couldn't do it. Make any sense to you?
Right, but the NHT has been operating on a plan of action from back in the 70s. Yes. So that plan of action is still being executed today. You know, all that was set out in it, you know.
Yes.
Exactly. So it is not that Andrew Holness is coming with anything that is unique and different and saying, okay, this is how. No, the NHT has been operating the way it's supposed to be from its inception. He has just come and he's now the prime minister and his administration is in charge. But the NHT is going to do what the NHT is supposed to do, which is build houses. This is nothing new. This is no flagship here. This is nothing new.
Okay.
It is their job. It is their role and responsibility to provide low income housing or affordable housing, not low income, but affordable housing for public sector workers. So Andrew Holness is not doing anything that is new and different here.
Let me ask you something, Maria. So as a prime minister, him did know 2 terms. Him for just leg after the NHT and your flagship. NHT depend on so it do what it's supposed to do. People are putting them to contribute and things. So you know do not need so. So what you think you can just and just move like a ticks, you know. Like you know, ticks pan cow and get fat up, ticks pan dog or something. The man move like a ticks. You want hang up on NHT for say you do something? No, it depends on auto brother. Just if you don't find something where you know say you can say, like you say, okay. Like you come and say the needs. You know, come with nothing, you know. Are you in a bangu gaga? Because I said, and you carry him come there and do this and one bag of thing. But you know, you can't hang up on the NHT for get stripe off of the NHT. You have to go for sermon the legacy, brother. You can't do that. Nobody you can't
get exactly. Which means the NHT, you know, it will always be there to do that particular job because that was the mandate from its inception. That was the mandate from its inception. He's not doing anything that is different. Andrew Holness needs to just stop running his mouth and stop cutting ribbons and get down to brass tacks. Because while he's running his mouth and cutting ribbons, you have hospitals that are broken, schools that are broken, police stations, fire stations, road infrastructure, especially interior roads. And all he's doing is talking and talking. And if you're not careful, you know, he comes out of office and he's just a fat cat and everybody else is worse off for having him as a prime minister. So he's not doing anything new. Come with some ideas to help the situation that Jamaicans are facing right now. And he's not coming with any fresh ideas. He's really out of ideas. It's a government that is bankrupt of ideas. And not because they don't have qualified people to help them to craft programs, to benefit students, to benefit unattached youth, to look at to help the police stations, to make the security system, the law enforcement agencies work better. It is not that those people are not there and available. They don't want to talk to them. When you have somebody like Chairman James, who's an interdiction, who knows how to run the Jamaica Constabulary Force, don't you see the system is working backwards?
Yes. Yes.
So Andrew Holness really needs to come forward, stop the nonsense, and be serious about governance. He's not serious about governance right now. He's just more interested in his legacy and making a name for himself. And he has made a name for himself by being the worst prime minister ever in Jamaica and the most corrupt, whether he likes it or not. That is his legacy.
The liest man ever walk on the face of the earth. So him have that already. Him have them record. Him have Guinness World Book of Record. Him have my record. Because the liest man, you know, we give it, you know. Yeah, and you give it to Maria, you know. And
he has no credibility. He has zero credibility. The man has zero credibility.
Yes. So him have the whole of these things. But for each up on NHT and I realize, we know, Andrew, you know, do not the NHT have money already. And you're thinking to take over 100 billion from it to try to put in a bankruptcy and use it in a budget. It have its own money, make it own money, and it fund its own thing, it depend its own, it's standalone. But you did it for mash it up. Let's say all money from NHT there in SSL. When them invest in SSL. It and couple other places. So them make sure promote the SSL thing hard, you know. Government show up SSL. You know, so them for all them for these things, you have to dig it out and get yeah, man. Them dangerous. And the man live on this. The man live on this like have been flagship. Yeah, so but you know, do nothing. And then that is thing, you know. The man are, every minute, the man are cut ribbon. Carry out these people are pay, oh Lord, these people are by us. But you ever see people, about people, me and this come out, and you know, Lord, and a video to put it up. What you want people to say? I know you come with NHT, brother. The road, the highway.
NHT is doing its job.
Man.
Yeah, they're doing they're carrying out their mandate. The NHT is carrying out its mandate.
I'm going to know touch up on people, son, and then I claim something. It can't work, man.
That is madness. But you know something, when he uses these little things, he uses these little appearances and his little PR stunts to distract from the real problems happening in Jamaica, to distract from the level of corruption in Jamaica, and to also distract from his wanton disregard and disrespect of the Jamaican Constitution. So he's doing some underhanded. Listen, when you think Andrew Holness cannot go any lower, he proves you wrong, and he goes a little lower and a little lower and a little lower. It's like, how low can you really go? And he will show you how low he can go. There's no bottom for Andrew Holness. There's absolutely no bottom. And he does things, and he doesn't realize that, people are smarter nowadays. The voting public is smarter. So he's not just going to come with things and just run his mouth, and people are going to, just say, okay, yes, sir, no, sir, maybe so, sir. People are dissecting things and looking at it and saying, this is madness. What you're doing is madness. You are corrupt, because while he's doing all of these PR things, Jamaica still has a $200 billion corruption problem. And all that money that they're taking from NHT, how many people really are benefiting from that money? They say it's being pumped into the budget from the NHT funds. Much of it is lost to corruption, because we're still talking about Cornwall Regional Hospital and its $14 billion overrun. We're still talking about that, plus another road infrastructure, $10 billion
overrun.
Cost overrun. And those are just two.
And by the way,
so you have 14 billion and 10 billion, that is $24 billion wasted, and the project isn't done.
But hear this now. When you have all a $10 billion overrun this, and them just say 10 billion overrun, nobody investigate,
exactly.
overrun where? The road them not fixed. The road where the Chinese them fixed. If you go up on it and cry, it flood. Flood. It bad. NHT, I tell him now, in a Trelawney, I play that little part, in a Trelawney, I tell him, say, listen me, we have 1,300 houses, we now deliver them, we can't deliver them, we now get it. So till 2028. 28. 5 years from now, 23 with it. See it, yeah? Hear him, them have to work like a faster. I'm going to move that come on. I'm going to move that come on. Here something
very much, Chairman Freeman. And with your maiden NHT presentation as chairman out the way, we say checkbox.
Checkbox, Rob.
Construction workers, to the project management team.
Yeah, there.
What is?
Never thought I
what is?
Service before the service. MP Tova Hamilton, His Worship, the Mayor, Councillor Colin Gager,
when carry them back up people are just far.
Our newly minted chairman,
move that
with persons who already owned lots here. And what happened is they made lands available in exchange for benefiting from infrastructure. So it was a good deal.
So you see the person that made land available, that the infrastructure says a good deal. Them still owe.
Therefore, of the 77 solutions that we are handing over.
Yeah, there's 77. We're talking about 70,000 or 77. And they make this big thing out of it. To put it up and do PR. People are by them houses are sell by the thousands up here. You know, nobody at all. You just go deal with the agent and you do what you do. This a fool, this a garbage. The man, stop it now, man. Look here.
52 will be to eligible contributors who were selected.
See,
When I use the term selected,
eligible contributors. So them are show them them NHT thing. So where am I cut ribbon for? Where him have there figure your key for? The man now do not work. If you on a more tell me something, Maria, before me finish making talk. When to get elected for work and cut ribbon and out key?
Yeah, to the PR stunts.
For the PR.
Because I'm 100% sure.
You know.
Yeah, but I'm 100% sure in Canada, in America, in England, using the and in any part of Europe, Germany, Italy, France, I'm quite sure they build houses for their residents. They build houses for them. People buy houses all the time. But you don't see the presidents of these countries going out to Cotriband for these houses. No. So why have they made it a mission to be showing up to? They don't need to do those things. They don't need to do it because it is the duty of the NHT to build houses for public sector workers, affordable housing for them. But then again, they're not even getting paid properly. Some of them will not qualify for those houses because they're not getting the kind of pay to apply for housing for one of those NHT houses. So they won't even qualify for a mortgage because their salary will not match up to it. So 77 houses, I'm happy for those people who have those 77 houses, but Andrew Holness doesn't have to show up to hand them over. Go and find something else more constructive to do.
Just up like chicken foot and have people pray and have people sing and have chairman and have me your worship and have all kind of people and then you say this to keep this. Them spend all $10 million for just keep this and over 77 key.
It's part of his campaign strategy.
It's part of a criminal strategy.
Yeah.
I think the entire Jamaica knows that there is no preference or favoritism in the NHT's selection. There is an established selection mechanism.
So if there is an established selection mechanism, that means it depends on where you do your cut ribbon, that me just ask again. That means where you do your senator about maybe build not depend on from the 70s, so man to leave it there depend on it do what it's supposed to do. You can find something to do that.
But he cannot be taken. But when he cannot be taking praise for an institution that is carrying out its mandate from its inception. That's what it's doing. That's all it's doing.
And everywhere I'm going, that's a waste money. Then you have the police details with him. A waste with taxpayers' money. Can you have to drive him down there?
Yeah, waste of taxpayers' money.
He move like him the president too, you know. Some have 2 and 3 vehicles look alike and then want police with him and all them foolishness. So
I think Andrew Holness is more. Listen, I think Andrew Holness is operating with more power than President of the United States.
Yeah.
Or the Prime Minister of England, Prime Minister of Canada. For a country that is so small and impoverished.
Yes. But the only difference is the Spanish when I'm putting out the thing the seat said, can I know where I do? In there no murder figures are not near Google Gaga. In full hey that and a police, you know.
But is a family running Jamaica, you know, Wayne, Andrew, his wife and his cousin.
That means and Stricker and family. I have family of them, man.
It's a family affair.
People want me say family must be a family of them because Strick too. And who again? Barely too. And the world family. And the PSOJ took them taking for family now. Because them can't get waivers and everything. It's a family of them. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. They're nothing about other people, you know. Here you again.
That has served us well. Of the 52 contributors selected, 71% are women.
This coming like a big fool. Remember past this. We don't want to hear this. We want to hear something.
He's doing something. You think he's doing something grand?
Bartenders, office room attendants, stewards, and so forth. Landscapers. So
landscapers, unless him give them it free. I just give them that zero something, I do something because they might vote for him, I'll get some people for him. But not tell me about no long.
Did he just say bartender?
Yes.
Did he just say bartenders win?
Them now make money.
Really? Bartenders.
That me I tell you. So
And
you know,
that's his mind.
him build the white elephant up there so up Venn Road. And then I talk about them sell out and then NHT come and say them not sell out, you know. Can you sell them for 40 million? Him say them done already. But the people them are make nice. So you know what is them abandon that? Eh? PM Holness, you know, I'm trying to block NHT, you know. Watch
We
it.
have managed in this development to have a very broad range of persons represented. Since its inception, the NHT has contributed over 2,600 housing solutions in Trelawney through various programs, and the NHT continues to contribute to housing in the parish.
You remember people since the inception. That's a man the time. He might tell him what
Right.
You see, him know better, you know, when he might talk, they say about him, I go like, me, I do the most, you know, do nothing. Anything NHT do, it depends man the shoulder, sir. Stop the ethics pan call back, no man. Stop it, man. You ever tell him the truth? He might watch it, you ever tell him the truth. Go find something do, man. Because NHT depend auto. We don't want a photo upper. We see grass upper, you know, but we don't want a photo upper. We don't want a photo upper, people. We know grasshopper. Maria, you want a photo upper?
No, nobody have time for that. Nobody have time for this photo op business. It's nonsense. Because while he's doing that, there are people who are hungry. There are police stations that need a patrol car. There's a fire truck station that needs a fire truck. He's coming with nonsense. Nobody has, and it's a waste of taxpayers' money because wherever he goes, a whole slew of police have to go with him, and rightly so. And rightly so. Nobody's attacking the fact that he has to have security. But one, his security detail is too large. And two, wherever he shows up, they have to go with him, which is taxpayers' money. So he should cut down on that. So he didn't need to be there cutting ribbon. Cutting ribbon for what? Go and put in some policies right now to deal with the education system and the healthcare system and law enforcement and the national security issues that are plaguing the country. Because when you look at the crime statistic, not based on what Sir Goog says, but based on the reality of what the crime statistics are, not pretense, the real facts, the real figures. It is very bad. It is very bad. So when they say that crime is going down, where?
Because the crime statistic last year, you know, from your talk about January to the 1st of October, you have 1,171 parish, right? Murdered.
Yeah.
And then this year now, from the same period, because you think about the same time period. When we get it in September from Iraq, from in the force, it was 1,126. Then you have paid double murder and triple murder and quadruple murder. The amount of it pushed it down over 1,200. So when Google say from the same time last year, we have 141 less murder. That means we have 1,030 murder. Not go so. Google a lie.
Yeah, but remember Rattigan one time Rattigan broke it down, and I think he was talking about how they come up with the figure of how they just came to the figures of what is that some weren't counted and some were counted, something that effect. I'll ask him again.
One I tell you though.
But it is not a comprehensive picture, Noreen. It's not a comprehensive picture because what is being investigated from what is being prosecuted, none of that.
And here what them do now, like in December when you have X amount of people dead, and some of them never get them not caught yet. You understand?
Right. What is counted? Exactly.
So what them do now, them know some murder still, but them don't want it go through like that. So what them do, them push it through first.
Right. Yes.
And when them push it through, them let make the year finish off that or the month finish off, and then them come with something else. Plus some other one that them find in a bush. And something, and crocodile yam enough.
Exactly. That's what Rattigan was saying. Yes, exactly.
Then, so when them do, them come with lies to make good look good And Google are not but lie, you know. Jamaican TV big up yourself. Google does he must also lie. The lie about because the lie that's man this earth. You know, past and present, you know, and future to can nobody not gonna lie so. Nobody. If the future one them come, nobody not lie so. They might use him, you know, for the lie, you know, they might use him to correct himself.
Yeah.
When they might go too deep in them lie. Can nobody not lie like Andrew, you know. You understand? Watch this.
Our immediate plans, and when I say immediate, that has to be explained. For the NHT, immediate doesn't mean next year. And the Member of Parliament, in our usual...
People, let me ask you something. When somebody say immediate, please Google immediate for me and tell me what it means. Because me just when say immediate, it doesn't have to mean next year. Where am I talking? 10 years? Eh? You that's a future plan. So, more Google it for me now. Hey, Google immediate for me now and tell me what immediate. Just write it out for me fast and quick. Let me play it back again. Eh? Just Google immediate for me now, please. Yeah, Marie. Right now, good. Just more them just read it out. Right, good. So, Maria. Yeah, that man a little while. Hear this.
Cooks and gardeners, bartenders, officers.
Cook and gardener. Lie matter. Hear this. Hear this.
They don't like when I depart from my script. But since I have your attention for a minute, Jamaica is at a phase in its development where we have largely, I'm not going to use the word solved because that gives a certain finality, but we have reached the stage where the management of the economy is no longer a threat, no longer at threat. In other words, we're doing fairly well. We are
lie up garbage. You might be fairly well, but teacher running like crazy. Them lose nearly 2,500 teachers just now. People are run through the border like crazy. Just tongue so them just turn back 3,000 just in Panama. People are dead like crazy. Nobody have no house, them not have no food, them and them dirt like worm. And what the man just said, come on.
Jamaica is doing well.
More to say our immediate plan. More your immediate plan. Voila. More you hear this.
And as a government, we can't, when we are celebrating achievement, we can't ignore the fact that the achievement could have come much sooner. They don't like when I depart from my script.
Well, achievement you must celebrate.
Not necessarily mirroring the age demographic in this development, but it is good to know that our seniors are at least being catered to in some of our development.
Go back to where
cooks and gardeners, bartenders.
Go back past this now.
Contribute to housing in the parish. Our immediate plans, and when I say immediate, that has to be explained. For the NHT, immediate doesn't mean next year. That has to be.
Nobody can do so neither. When immediate mean people, it does not.
When you say when immediate, you know, it has to be explained. Who is he talking to? Come on now.
Oh, if you explain immediate, who him a talk because you see right away. Him say he might play upon the people them. I tell you, say might play upon them ignorant. Someone them will jump up and vote. Like what Charles say, then love come and jump up. But this is them people there, you know, follow him, you know. Eh? Yeah. Immediate mean immediate. It not mean next year. It can mean 10 years. Immediate and not right. Immediately. You stick, you know. You have a bone down in your throat or you get a gunshot. And that have to operate on you immediately. Now for me, no. It can be 5 years time. You know, bleed to that, man. Are your heart stop? You know, see where my son make no sense, people. Him say immediate, I mean no. It not mean next year. Immediate. Never hear him again if never that thing say. Me say when I listen to them people, they are good.
Yeah, but wait, when he says immediate, and then he said that immediate for him and immediate for the NHT are two different things. He's right. Because the NHT wouldn't talk about immediate, they talk about medium, short, medium, and long-term planning.
Long term.
So they wouldn't say immediate because they know that in the short term, this is what they'll do. These are the amount of houses that they will be building and the amount of people that will get houses. And then in the medium term and then in the long term, and it is based on different areas. So this part will get some in the short term, that part in the medium term, and the overall picture for the long term. So when he says immediate, no.
No, but you see, medium and short term, say I get it maybe in a 6 month a year.
Exactly.
Immediate term maybe between that and 2 years. It can be anywhere from 0 to maybe 6 months as a short term. Then you have a medium term and long term. But immediate, it means immediate.
Immediate.
You get attention immediately because your life in danger and something stuck long in your throat. Doctor say immediate, but when you look, them take 48 hours look for you. You were dead. Yeah, bleed and them say, yo, put a tourniquet on the man immediately. Rush him in a theater immediately. What them do? Them prep him up and rush him in a theater immediately. What them do? Them wait till 1 week. Immediate mean immediately.
Exactly. Yeah.
Time. But you feel immediate in the media, yeah.
Explained for the NHT, immediate doesn't mean next year. And the Member of Parliament, in our usual style, pointed out that there were some inefficiencies that created delays. And as a
so, you say immediate and then delays. So, what immediate mean, people? You might change immediate now. You take everybody feed that man. And you don't know what immediate mean.
No, but he had to qualify what he was saying because the NHT doesn't operate like how Andrew Holness said. The NHT doesn't operate the way Andrew Holness says it does.
Can you no? But this no, I give him a dance bag. What the dance bag there? Me have to find a dance. And then if wear the dance bag, Hold on, I have to find a dance bag. Let me type it in.
Oh,
Dance bag. Yeah, man. Dance bag. Sita, Anjo, let me dry him up there. Me not now move you. Say ya, and 2 you get. Say ya. When you can't see them, let me dry them up big there and then we'll push him up back. No man, I forget a dance bag, man. Sita, when you can't see it, where my foot, see there? When you see them? Dance bag, man. Dance bag for Anjo. No, and the youth are weird. That's the youth have a right for wear it, Because Andrew should I get this, Immediate. No mean 1 year. Film immediate mean immediate. Immediately. Same time. No. Immediate mean right now. Rush him to it, doctor. Him need to reach doctor immediately. What you do? Sit down and wait till 24 hours. Immediate now wait, you sit down and wait 24 hours. Then that tell say wait till 24 hours. You can't go cool out for 6 hours. When you hear immediately, you know it's an emergency. In a doctor term. You go to hospital and say, hey, rush him to the theater immediately. Well, them do sit down and wait till 5 days. They now go dead, man. And just say it not mean a year. Anyone of them, when them I'm going to play it back and listen him again.
that has to be explained for the NHT.
You can't explain immediate.
Work in accounting, administration, or some other forms of clerical field. 19% work in housekeeping or service.
I'm telling you.
Landscapers. Contributed over 2,600 housing solutions in Trelawney through various programs, and the NHT continues to contribute to housing in the parish. Our immediate plans, and when I say immediate, that has to be explained for the NHT.
You cannot explain immediate, brother. Immediate mean immediate. Right now. Can't be next year. Immediate. If it's a short-term plan, we understand say can say next year. But you
Exactly.
can't say immediate. And say not to be next year, maybe at 5. Because the NHT, I tell it's a 2028. Immediate, you know. Film immediate plan people. I'm an OMB Prime Minister. Andrew, don't back for you. See it ya. See ya. Don't back for you. Yes, man. We can't put him Maria. Look
No,
here.
you see, and it's about Andrew Holness realizes that he needs to elevate his speeches and make sure his speech makes sense, because he's no longer talking to an audience that is just going to take his word for it. He's talking to an audience that is edified, educated, and very interested in good governance in Jamaica. And to just come and run his mouth because he can, really makes no sense. It's his time for Andrew Holness to start talking to the people like they have some sense and like they understand what it is that they're saying. Because Jamaican people do understand what it is they're saying. So don't come and talk, nonsense to people. People understand plain language. How many houses did you build? 77 houses. Who benefited from those houses? And please don't tell me that bartenders benefited from those houses, because nothing goes like that.
And to come and wipe car glass and them thing there. That mean you understand? That mean you charge them some people vote free and you just want pass it on and then you go around because them move enough money, but them can't say me could just write off something, You understand?
But do you know how many teachers and policemen, how many members in the public sector contributing to NHT and still do not qualify to get a loan from NHT? But a bartender does?
That's it. You can't tell me that. And then bartender, I work like 7 days a week. Sometimes a man can use one bartender, sometimes I have 3 different bartenders them use to backside. So them not make no bag of money. But how
much money is this bar making that this bartender is so adequately paid that this bartender can qualify for NHT house? If that is the case, I say wonderful, but that doesn't make any sense. A bartender, no. I would want a bartender to qualify to be able to buy a house, but what he's saying, no, doesn't make any sense. Do they even make enough money to contribute to the NHT funds?
No. And if them start contribute, because most of them they know so them can start contribute to NHT because they get the living cash.
Exactly.
So,
but when it is wanting to start contributing to the NHT,
line tell to man, you must add a light to it. Because them people who have bar, sometimes them no want, sometimes them have some kind of age in them bar, and some people in them bar. And them change people quick. So them have no time for pay you and then draw NHT money out of it. You understand? Them don't have the time that I pay you and then I draw the NHT money. Nah. So when you
not many people are able to pay into NHT because God bless what they're first earning. And when whatever they earn, it can barely buy food. So if you're talking about a bartender being able to contribute to the NHT so much, what kind of program is there in the NHT that a bartender could qualify for a loan? That is a program I'd love to know more about.
I remember bartender have to pay them money to and spend their money and do all kind of things. Now food, this, that, and that. Sometimes, them not draw money out of them.
No, but wait. If teachers, policemen, nurse, doctors, many of them cannot qualify for a loan. Yes. Many of them. I don't see how it is he's going to say, I have to read his speech because that makes no sense. What he's saying doesn't make any sense. And when he talks, he doesn't realize that when he talks, he doesn't expect anybody to really listen to what he's saying and dissect it, because what he says and what is happening on the ground, those two things never match up, because Andrew Holness is a walking contradiction.
Of course.
He contradicts himself every time. He opens his mouth and it's a contradiction.
And you know what, Maria? He never even expect in them time you have people like us, we sit down and dissect every word that come out of their mouth. And that means
no, because this is social media is different now. Yes.
And understand. So when them each time I time they walk with a duct tape, because I remember we have the footage and we're gonna dissect it. And better when him go up there, he just duct tape up his mouth and then stay there for 5 minutes and him come off. Because why I'm duct tape up his mouth, but we don't have too much, we don't have nothing to dissect but the duct tape. But I say him no want talk. But when from as long as him come talk, I want back a Nancy story and arms us, garbage him attack. Now what's the jacket and tie? Them not so bright.
Even criminals wear jacket and tie to court now.
Yeah.
Murderers are in jacket and tie in court. Mob bosses. So the jacket and tie means nothing, you know.
Yeah,
but the thing is, Wayne.
JP, look and Maria, Mr. Lonesome, I know a teacher who served for 39 years and don't get the benefit.
Exactly.
Exactly. 39 years. And
yes, many of them don't qualify. And it's not because they don't pay into it. They just don't qualify to pay a mortgage. So they cannot get the loan. So God bless the few who qualify and are able to get a house and maintain that house, maintain their mortgage. But it is not as simple as Andrew Holness is saying it. But you know what has happened in the last five years coming on to now is that social media and what they call now community journalism have taken over from traditional media and traditional journalism, where people are doing journalism from the community level, from the street level. So they can no longer come out, sit on TV, have their wonderful interviews and walk away. And the people believe and then write something in print media, and people say, oh yes, wonderful. No, people are saying on the ground and showing you in real time that what they're saying and what the politicians are saying, what the government is saying, and what the people are living they're not matching up.
They're not.
It's just not matching up. So when you did the show about the hospital, they can come out and say, they have done this, fixed this hospital, they have refurbished that hospital, but the people can come out and show you that, no, I don't see what you're talking about because people are sleeping on cardboard. When in the history of Jamaica have you ever had a situation where in the hospitals, people are sleeping on cardboard on the floor? I cannot wrap my brain up because I remember Chapelton Hospital, Maypen Hospital, KPH, all the hospitals had beds. I don't recall a time where people were sitting up in wheelchairs, people were using lawn chairs so what has happened? What has broken so badly that is the situation now where the hospitals are worse than barnyards?
Can you imagine, man? Lawn chairs.
It is shameful. It is shameful.
You spend 14 billion, you put 14 billion here. Take it and buy all these equipment and
exactly.
Refurbish that, put these things at the hospital. Make sure every hospital, you know, the duty Christopher Tough Tongue, you know. Have to make sure you make sure the people them have the money. Make sure them have the budget and make sure the thing them can add and the hospital them are run proper. That's your duty, you know, make sure that, you know, them need this. The machine them break down, them allocate the money. You got to
exactly.
So we need this money, and then you have who deal with the hospital because them have hospital who manage the hospital. You know. Make sure all of these things is up to par and money. You know, CT scan machine, the medication, that and that. Them
MRI machines, exactly. Dialysis machines. Yeah.
And then you have a thing named bug life. You have a little thing named bug life when it run out. We do it like him think PR run gone away. PR in a style.
No, but and that is my point, Wayne. That is my point. They say they do these things, but the people in the communities don't see what they have done. They don't see it because the hospitals are still broken. So if they did all these wonderful things, how come it is not translating in the communities? Where is the disconnect? Because there's a serious disconnect. And another thing with Christopher Tufton is that he is saying, you know, talking about a lack of resources. Really? A lack of resources? How can it be a lack of resources when you have a $14 billion overrun at Cornwall Regional Hospital? So it's not a lack of resources. It is that the money is not being managed.
Christopher Tufton, yeah, man, but forgive you this too. You're the next one. Don't come and talk this foolishness. Finish up the Maria. It's not a lack of resources. Finish up, man.
Exactly. It is not a lack of resources, Wayne. Because how can it be a lack of resources when you have billions in dollars lost and the project isn't finished? The question is, whose pocket is this money going into? Because it is not going into the projects that they were earmarked for. So if he's saying it's a lack of resources and you have one hospital going from $3 billion to $14 billion, and it is still yet to be completed, it is not about the money. It is the mismanagement of the resources that is creating the problem. Because you have the education ministry, you have law enforcement, police stations, you have the fire department, you have the hospitals, and all you can hear about is they don't have resources. And then you hear, oh, a $200 billion over corruption problem. If they have money to pay themselves, they have money to pay lawyers, prosecutors, and they have money to pay the judges. Why can't they find money to fund these programs? The other day they talk about $9 billion gone back into this consolidated fund because they don't have programs that this money can be funded. On which Jamaican planet? How can they not have programs that this money can be put into? So much that is sent back, and the unattached youth have no community centers. The schools are still broken. There's no proper nutritional program for the children. And you can have $9 billion to put back into a consolidated fund. That is nonsense. That is nonsense. So when they come out to talk and say they do this and do this, mister, it is not translating in real time. They're not feeling it on the ground. So they have to go out there and show that what they say is in fact happening, because the people are saying, no, it is not happening. We don't see it. They're the ones going into the hospitals with no beds. They're the ones going to the hospitals and cannot get medication. So how then can you say that you have been doing all these wonderful things and Jamaica is doing wonderful and crime is down and everything is working? How can you say that when the reality is totally different? It is ridiculous. And who are they talking to?
We don't know.
Who are they, honest to God, talking to?
Themselves. Make I hear something, Maria.
And the Member of Parliament, in her usual style, pointed out that there were some inefficiencies that created delays.
Inefficiencies.
And as a government, we can't, when we are celebrating achievement, we can't ignore the fact that the achievement could have come much sooner.
Achievement?
They don't like when I depart from my script. But since I have...
But the script we have now right now, because you're talking
about... But you know, he should stick to his script. But if he's sticking to his script and he's still talking foolishness.
And then go depart the while I talk about achievement.
Make it even rather worse.
You know, I'm not achievement. People are paying for them things. That is not achievement, brother. The thing depend auto. So NHT leave, you're coming like a tick span cover, brother. Our tick span dog back, we get a dog them. Leave, you know, the ticks just, you know, then look at ticks and see him just get fat off of the dog them. They look get a, he coming like a tick span one of them dog them, man. Him to stop it, man. Leave off of the NHT, no, man. You can't just walk a country banana talk about that. Or if you achieve man NHT. Remember that your money, remember that you set it up, remember you not do nothing to it, you know. Remember you just roll over it itself, it depend auto. There is no achievement there for you. It's set there for anybody who have government it just run. Okay? You know, come with no policy, a blueprint you work off. It's the same work off a blueprint though. You see it?
Andrew Holness lack vision, so the people are perishing.
If you stop work off a blueprint, man, and talk about achievement. Or you forgot claim something when and your money in the NHT. Remember me I get back my money, my father not get him dead. My mother dead.
Yeah, I mean, so many of us are paid into NHT and not benefited from it, Wayne. My parents, I mean, so many of us paid into NHT and not benefited from it. So, you know, and that money is there. I mean, other people benefit, and that's fine. That's 100% fine. That nothing wrong with that.
So
Exactly.
So when I talk about achievement and them not set up nothing like this, they won't go there read the barn. You don't plant no can, brother, man. Don't do that, man. Yeah.
Have your attention for a minute. Jamaica is at a phase in its development where we have largely, I'm not going to use the word solved because that gives a certain finality. But we have reached the stage where the management of the economy is no longer a threat. No longer a threat.
A threat?
In other words, we're doing fairly well. We have
uno as politician because the teacher them wanna run with hey, you know, say no sense to.
Exactly.
If you I'm gonna give him the bag again. I'm gonna give him the bag. What on? The bag again. And I want to argument. See that? I hear back them, yeah. Because if you have to feel well, how is it that the teacher, the educators of the country are living in jobs? How is it that the police living in jobs? How is it that other nurses living in jobs? Or is it that the common man doesn't get a little money and can't take out in passport? At the longest, never see passport line in Jamaica. Who not get visa, you know, they might run through bad, you know, and they might run go other country, you know, because they might run for them life, you know. At the first, never see people carry a baby with them, you know. Yeah. And I go through jungle, you know.
Yeah. That is how well Jamaica is. That is how well Jamaica is doing on the administration of Andrew Holness.
I go do what them do the people, them definitely run away. Them scared. People are dead left and right, and people are trying to save them life. People are run with them kids. And the man said them are do well.
Yeah.
People are the worst thing, the bad things, them said them are do well. Like him not see it. Because him love the PR. And then two big mama force and boots him. That's a big mama, you know. Yeah. Big mama boots him. Big mama can't help you this time, you know. Because there, you know, when the shoes was on the other feet and the opposition, you know, them speak. But when you come in now and we see what you do, and you continue and not do one bag of foolishness, we dissect everything and we're wholly accountable. We know none of long chatting.
And that's why the traditional media cannot compete with social media, Wayne.
Yes, that's it.
Cannot compete with social media.
And me hear you, you know. Me hear you, but tell me what. You remember, say, Mr. Man, me not take talk. Me know what you might not, you have to tell you, say, me not take talk. No, no, me not take talk, right? Hard to take talk. Me different completely. Yeah, what you never tell you? Talk back to what man and make him tell you, man. So when I talk to him, if him say anything, when he say, but me, me not take talk. Yeah, man. When we go to see go well, I swim, me not pet shark. So me not take talk. So it's a different, you understand? See? So it's a man hard to deal with. But when me say arms house, we have to straighten up on yourself. Me know not too much talking. You understand? Me I'm gonna talk like right here. See? But me not love Colombo, you know. Me more move like Colombo, but me not love Colombo. Yeah, man. You have to make them know these things, you know. It's me and my sister. You have to make them know these things. You see?
Yeah, yeah.
Where the Prime Minister yes attack, goddamn rubbish. Straight rubbish.
What we see what we love to see from the Prime Minister, and that is what you know, he thinks that we are here attacking him and we don't want him to succeed. We want him to succeed. That is why we beat him every day. And what we'd love to see from the Prime Minister are policies, tangible policies, not no promises that you're going to sleep with your window and your door open. Tangible policies that he's going to put in place in small, practical areas. For example, look at the crime problem. You cannot address the crime problem without addressing education from the basic school level.
Number one.
That is number one.
You
cannot address the crime problem without providing an outlet for young people to be gainfully occupied.
Okay, don't move from there. Don't move from there. Prime Minister. So, Maria, I tell you what you can do. And let me tell you what you do now. Here, what you do now to address your crime problem. You come and you bad up the youth. Them. You come, you say you spend 1.8 billion US. That's over $170 billion plus some other money. You get Google Gaga. And they hear the plan, who Radam? And Mr. Radam is there. And you do everything. You come with Zozo. And it's working. And some people against it. And you blame the opposition. You want to lock up the youth. Them. So if you lock them up, you think they're going to talk to you. You think if me, in the place that you lock me up, you can't friend me. You feel so? Let me tell you something. When you deal with people, always put yourself in a freedom shoes. So maybe you have the upper hand. But remember, that's why I say you must even this the kids them. Because all the way I get. You don't know if you're blind.
True.
That's where they used to kick him them. You kick him and I beat him like ball and I mash him up. But you grow up and when you look, you're blind. Or you get your fin up. You lose your two hand. No, you can't. Not nobody, you can't fire a rifle again, you know. Saying you can't do nothing again, you get old. And when you look at the same man, this where you do shooting and foot or you're doing something, what you think him about? Enough crocodile that Jamaica no we know. What you think him gonna do you? Eh? What you think him gonna do you? You're blind, you know.
Exactly.
You they do him all kind of little things and you mash him up. What you think him gonna do you? Live clean, man, and get smart. Don't when you're on top, you don't trample people. Because you don't know what 5 or 10 years are going to bring the difference.
No, but he doesn't know what, but Wayne, your parents set example, you know.
Yes.
And to bless the children and the generations to come. If they don't do it, they don't, you know, like they say, you know, you sow the seeds that you can reap good fruits. So he is while he and his wife are just scraping and scraping for themselves and their children are comfortable. I agree, the children have no control over the family that they are born into. However, the parents have a responsibility to create a future for their children where their children will not be set up on by a society that disdains them. Look at what happened to Robert Mugabe's children after his passing.
Yes.
You know, one of his sons was arrested and everything was confiscated.
Of course.
Because it was where did he get all this wealth? You understand?
So you can't make
exactly. So he doesn't want to set a situation where, because they said the one Jamaica Legal Defense Fund is not a figment of somebody's imagination. It is real, and its goal is to hold these people accountable.
Yes.
So he needs to set the example for his children. So his children, the sins of him and his wife, don't follow them. Don't follow them. Where people are going to say, "Oh, your father did so wicked to me." No, he needs to set that example for them. That it doesn't become a burden that they have to carry when he is older. And he doesn't want to find himself into a situation where 10, 20 years down the line, after he has retired, you know who is taking care of him? The child.
But
somebody who is a person who is now a child who has grown up now to become a nurse or a CNA or a police. So he has to sow some good seeds so he can reap some good fruits. He is not doing that because he cannot
Maria, all right, Maria, up back, good. Just see a knock off, sis. Yes, man.
Okay, here we are. He cannot incarcerate his way out of the crime problem. He has to find solutions out of the problem. And not only something, but tangible, practical solutions to the problem. There are people with ideas. There are ideas that there are programs that have worked in the past. Why are those programs not revitalized for the purpose of making sure the Jamaican youth, you know, have better opportunities? There are no opportunities for the young people. How can they be graduating from high school and cannot read and write? What are those young people supposed to do?
But
and when you have a dumb man in a community who says to this young man or this young man who cannot read and write, okay, sex trafficking.
Yes.
Okay? Yes. They're making $1. And then you say to a young man, say, you know what happened? Yeah, you have to eat a food, so you know, go and juke down that man or go and rob drinks and go and do that. This young man is misdirected, uneducated, can't read and write, has no skills. What is he supposed to do? So you have to start programs were there for that purpose. Wayne, there were leaders who thought these things through. Not only get up and say, okay, well, 50 years mandatory. No, because everybody's not. He cannot lock up everybody. He cannot lock them all up in them.
But Maria, you know, you see what I said to them, right? I mean, I said to the police too. I mean, I said to all, you know, guy where just feel say, because what I wear this human being, right? One day, the dirt of the done, the earth.
Yeah.
The done, you gotta fix this. You say that okay, go look for somebody, you're gonna end up that way this one day. One day. You understand? How you look for your grandmother, she not dead yet, I mean, look, she well bite up and you said, John, look for my granny, and then you say she was sleep where. Some of us just sleep in peace and some are dead bad. Let me tell you something. Sometimes when you get up on anger people, uno, because you have to leave. Uno may talk to politicians. Yeah? Police may talk to. May talk to the police them too. You see the youth, them, the kids are the future. Are the future. And sometimes you might see a man and you disrespect him, but tell me what, a film daughter turn Arim son, turn
that
person.
Exactly.
And you are even when you shoot him. And you end up at hospital and a film son a doctor, you know, say him gonna kill you. And you know, say you kill you shoot him father. Because you don't count, you know, count him kids, them are nothing at all. It's like I say, me can't find me my waist, but me can't do him anything. You politician are the same thing. In doctor, nurse, or something, and she knows say you because the father attack, you know. If him not dead and from them know say you, and you end up in them and them are gonna hurt you. And them easy for hurt, easy to forget with. Because when a doctor say boom boom and give you something, you know, you're from off him just overdose you. Jamaica that not now come out tight. Just stop here, just reach up and you mash you up. You can't catch the breath. And them just wrap you up and move. You never know. Because you know.
Yeah, they will carry revenge. They will carry revenge. Yeah.
Of course. So you think say just some people, them people are just turn gun people. So now them are turn professionals too. That's why I tell Uno said stop dealing with people on this level. Even this the smallest set of youth, you don't know what they're gonna turn out to be in the future. They're like sponges. But if we get real, think real, where I get older, them are come. You don't know if you're blind, you don't know if you're a loser, and you don't know if you lose your foot. You don't know if you're a lose your tongue, you can't talk. You understand? You don't know what happened to you. See, you cripple up, you have a stroke, something, and when you look at them, same one, but remember you do them father, them mother something. Them are gonna destroy you. Me not ask you. Them not gonna
but you know something to win. You know something to you know this is I cannot I don't know why, you know, just how they behave. It's like they think they're immune to certain things happening to them. No, you're not immune to it. And when they pressure the parents and the guardians and the adults right now who have these children that are growing up and absorbing all of this anger and all of this hatred that is they see coming towards their parents, and the parents react because the pressure is on them, so they do not know how to manage all that stress. These children are sponges and they're absorbing all of this. And in the same way that children can absorb the negative that is happening around them, those same children have the potential to absorb the good, positive things to help themselves. but you cannot put pressure on them. Provide the outlets for young people. Provide the outlets for them from they are yay high, from they're in the womb. Provide those outlets for them so that they don't have to come up and have to fend for themselves by wiping car glass.
That is it.
And then when they wipe the car glass, those same people from uptown go downtown, take them up and abuse them because they see them as unworthy. They don't see them as human beings, right? They don't put any value on them because it's not their children. They're from downtown, they wipe car glass, so they have no feelings. And when you do that to them, they are hurting enough already. They have no resources, they have no outlets, and they're taking an abuse on top of the trauma that they're already going through. That's why the society is the way it is.
Yes. You see what them don't
because they're just being re-traumatized over and over and over again by a system. It's the people that make up the system, you know. A system don't exist in a vacuum. It's people that make up system. It is people that craft policies.
Yes. Remember Peter King a part of the system and you see them get him out
exactly my point, Wayne. Exactly my point.
Big Mama them a part of the system.
Exactly my point.
Yes, them a part of the system. Them
exactly.
Them a part of the system too, and Queenie. The both of them a part of the system. So them just, you know, you have some people them just get up and them look on the kids them different.
Yeah.
Them just like, you know, and that's why they must tell me about no slavery and nothing at all, because Monsieur Jamaica run. You can get up. You know, I have to ask Andrew and them in the cabinet. No, you get up and you beg people a job. You come here do everything for beg them a job. I beg them a job. A matter of fact, I could buy all the job too. Can pay for vote. Every vote is a winning vote. Count yourself as a winning vote and value yourself. You know, value not 2 grand and 5 and 20 grand and 100 grand. Your vote determine your future. Yeah? You can just get up and just vote for dog and dog mess and hag and hag mess and hagging tie and all kind of thing. No. You can't vote for no long tongue. You just get up because a tongue might be longer than the normal tongue. You go and go vote for a long tongue. And wait to fear nothing. Them think they for stop. You understand? Them you for vote for substance.
Exactly.
You notice now, Prime Minister, I'll be a foolishness. You might talk about immediate, I mean now. You know what I mean next year. It might mean all 5 years, then all 10 years. Immediate mean no. Immediate mean immediately. Immediate. Not short term and long term. When I say immediate, it means right now. Your father said, come here immediately. What you do?
Come here next year.
I said, well, now 24 hours before my book. And I said that you don't mean that.
Yeah.
Immediate.
You can't come here 10 years down the line, Wayne.
Yes. And this is why you come out of Prime Minister mouth. Now forgive him the dunce back because me can't this why when you dissect him, Andrew, you this. Yeah, man. When you dissect them, a be a garbage come out of them mouth, you know, sister. Be a garbage.
Yeah, but when they dissect it in a way, they say we're what? Troublemakers?
No, you know, for the no, yes, I just still them a bark and them well a little piece. Because I remember them have them told to, you know, where go on and spread propaganda, like when they spread propaganda about Buster. And not go so with Buster. Buster was all police in Cuba. Buster did it for decades. Buster changed his name Alexandro Bustamante. Alexandro
Bustamante, yeah.
Like a Spanish name. Who don't even know that. And you know, him get the name from the sea captain. And his father was a white planter, not a slave, but an Irishman, Irish white planter. That means his grandfather maybe have a couple of slaves with him, and that's the reality. Okay? Alexander Clark. When you just got trace back the thing, the man was a PMP, and him farm and doing thing. The man, when he married to the woman at 13 of them, they had the wedding. In a 61. I can show you it, you know, because me know them at say, but them don't know this history. I don't know. You don't know about Norman neither. We never know him fight in a World War I. You never know him win some schoolboy record like 10, run sub 10, and them win some Olympic record and do all kind of things, and a liar. and everything that I'm cousin, Norman Manley. Me know nothing about him. Understand? When him go study law. After him
yeah, and Norman Manley was born. Norman Manley is a Jamaican. He was born in Roxborough in Manchester.
Yeah, in Manchester. So them don't know the whole of this history. So not like me different. If you have followed certain owner for the politics, but you don't know a man can just come and tell you something. For be first in study like Michael Seman and break the chair. You understand? Only never know supposed to get arrested in a Puerto Rico, which that a part of US, US when you go US and thing. Him there New York too. But him they live at Cuba. You don't know it's a 64. When him sick, you don't know it's him get stroke too. He get stroke in 65. 64, I'm 80, I'm 80. My dad when I'm going 93. Came born 1884. So they married him at 78. When I'm married to Gladys, never get no picnic. Yeah. When he married him, never get no kids. He married around married 62. He married around the 6th of September 62. Yeah, and one who did that, one who did that, one small thing around 13 of them. So what happened? Yeah, them tell him not evil and want to tell him not evil and say book back and want to say some little things. Them trim rasta. And think about this. When you have the civil rights movements in a 63, in a them time there, Buster, we have a civil rights movement with our people, them with Buster, when fathers are white plants. Yeah. I trim with people them and I kill them.
Bustamante was pushing back on the progress of Jamaica, Bustamante pushed back on progress in Jamaica. Yeah.
Yeah. And I him the word that a songster when you go look on it. Don't make them tell you nothing.
Yeah.
You go look on every picture, you look on the Gleaner, and it will tell you that because Gleaner they are from 18 something. So when it print, like if you're gonna meet somebody, remember them you get line now, but if you're gonna meet somebody and you're gonna do this and that, look who did have the power, now who did I run the thing because he was sick. From 64. And I when them tell me, man they sick in around 92, 93, and the man they step down and pay the date. But him get him one man, him finish it. Then him get him one mandate, the same thing Donald Sangster do. Finish the term. And by the way, and I like you to run for your prime ministership, a premier. Him winning at April 6th.
Premier, yes. Yeah.
Premier. So yeah. So 62, April 62 him win. From Norman came about 59 that they won and him win back, But through him then in draft the referendum, him just draft for the election. So premier, but them step him up in our prime minister thing. After August, because you just turn him over there, so him get a full power there. Not the premier power, but him get more power now as a prime minister. Okay?
Right.
But him run an election to be a prime minister now. Get the facts straight. Get the facts straight. And with them
that's why civics in school is important, Wayne. They didn't have to take it out, they just had to improve on the books.
You see, little mama run out. Little mama want anaconda, man. Because I don't know where them are going. Because when sometimes they run out with a bag of foolishness and chat a bag of foolishness, I say, I want to go with that. So I'm going to do a couple of these programs and put it up that people can go do their own research and they will see it right there. Don't make them run with foolishness now in the head. Don't do that. You understand? So when them come and chat to you, I say, I want to chat to. They can't chat to me, You notice we're up on a broad base, Maria.
Yeah, but wait, do you realize, you see, that when Jamaica had a high literacy rate, you had more activists than you do now?
Yep.
Because they were reading. People were reading and edifying themselves.
Yes.
So they were able to take on issues that of the day. Now, because the literacy rate is so low, you have a higher illiteracy rate than you have a literacy rate.
Yes.
You find that people are not as active as they used to be because they cannot read and write. When it goes back to basics, reading, writing, arithmetic, 1 + 1 = 2. It comes down to the very basics, and if the children don't have the basics, we are losing them. We are losing them because you have a government who only thinks macro and not micro. You have to think from a micro level and build on up to macro. But their macroeconomics is not affecting people on the ground. It is not, because the people on the ground need basic schools that they can send their children to, where the children can learn to read and write properly. And if they go through a system where they cannot read, they're not getting proper education, they're not getting proper nutrition, there's no safety in the community, there's no medical, there's no health facility in the community. What kind of a society are you building? So the crime problem in Jamaica is what it is. The situation in Jamaica is what it is because the leaders lack vision.
Yeah,
they are not sitting down and working things out and coming up with policies that affect the people on the ground, because you have to look at the community. Every community is different in a way. The politics in Kingston and the politics in Moko are two different politics. They have one common denominator: safety, proper health care, proper education. That is safe. However, they are different. They're going to differ. When it comes to Kingston, the politics is different because Moko is where the farmers are. So the farmers will have to do their produce and take their produce to Kingston to provide for the people in Kingston. So it's the politics, though unique, is different in many ways.
Yes.
So the members of parliament, it is their duty to come up with policies that reflect the issues affecting their community. Yes. Why is it you only have highways, and interior roads you cannot pass if rain falls, children cannot go to school?
And then by the way,
members of parliament for those communities to advocate for those things and stop telling me that there are no resources. There are resources, because if they have money to pay themselves, then they have money to go fix road.
But no, by extension to the highways where them are building now without drain, flood. It floods your community. And you ask anybody because them just come and just put on something and just say, hey, want to join them off or anything. Right now you go on some road and you get two little granny and then cry, it flood you out, and you have to have boat, Your car can't help you, You have to have, maybe you have to have one of them big ship, one of them sailing ship. It flood. It flood. You make people a bill, and we have spend money where we have to pay back or borrow, we have to pay back, but no drainage system and nothing. Nothing. It's bad. And
it is bad.
As I said before, them not consider. All right, let me show you something. I'm not going to talk to the youth them too in the ghetto. Like them that say Eddie Siaga, I'm just using for instance, them say, who are one of the greatest of them love, greatest for him build up in place. You don't tell me that. Eddie are one of the worst. Why?
Worse. Absolute worst.
Why?
Absolute
because if you are one of the best, right now, Tivoli will not fire no gun shot.
Exactly.
Down there, so down the waterfront. You have lawyers, doctors, you have everybody could have come out there. Not even one shot of fire. Down there, beautiful.
True.
You know why I'm up on the hill now, because you have yacht. You come like when you go down in some part of Manhattan. You go some part of certain place, like what them call it, Martha's. What them call over there, so where the rich people them go.
Martha's Vineyard?
Yes, at certain place. So down at the waterfront, that's so beautiful that most of them people are rich and all right. You understand? Where you go to them community, right? Downtown there, so by the waterfront, beautiful. No gunshot, I'm gonna ask where you come from. And I pay a bone them and dig up on them thing. That mean them MP there in them even and no good, When them talk to dance and when you talk your mind, man come for you and kill you. I hide you and bury you. And you tell me, say, him good. Man, I tell you, say, me I make the jump over your head if you diss me. And you vote for him. And you say, I'm afraid of him. That's why I say I couldn't do my badness, because number one, you cannot put no threat to me if it come out of your mouth. God bless you. You can't do it. So I keep myself away. I rather live in my wilderness. You understand? Because you can't. Just don't even try to come. I better you not even come near me. You understand? And that's the truth.
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah.
That's the truth. Yeah. I rather talk the truth more than go around the assembly hypocrite, So me couldn't answer to that.
Yeah, exactly.
Some guys. If me are brethren. You understand? But certain things you can't get me do. I remember, And okay, number one, me couldn't deal with them, because my thing are different. Them are draw me on a different level. You understand? Me not listen to them politicians, because you couldn't program me to kill my friend and my family. I mean, and you see certain you know where I take it off for some people and I run. Number one, you as politician, give me it and give me gun to go kill who. Me I forgot I do, you know. Them you are joker, you know. Because you see, any day you refuse that politician, because enough of them are Jamaica, them are killer, you know. The politician, the mastermind. Them use police and them use the youth, them, and that's a true thing. Feds them know too. Right? Anytime you refuse them use the police, them, the criminal one, badge and gun to come kill you. Right? So when you know the police, them a criminal with badge and gun, and you know them with, and I'm gonna compare you, if I say go to court and ex-businessman there, for him pay you, make sure you hide him same time. Because remember, if you refuse him and to him, they say to him, I'm gonna kill you.
Right.
Kill you. And long as him have you like a punk, that him can come tell you for take people life, make him go do it, him and him wife and him pick them, not you.
True that.
You understand? If not sleep put nothing better than you are gonna pan down and things while and all kind of thing, but you do not do that. You understand? You have to get
but they're doing it when and shielding their children, you know. It's like it's like a man who's a pedophile, you know.
Yeah.
He is protecting his son or his daughter, but he will rape off a child. But he will not want anybody to rape off his child. You see? So this is how these politicians behave. They set up, you know, the community to fight against one another, fight each other.
Yes.
And when they fight and tear down each other, they're the same ones who come and tell they're going to give them mandatory sentences. I'm in prison them. So they have the young people have to rise up and say, no, I have to be my brother's keeper. I have to be my sister's keeper. I have to create a better community for myself. Look at the little boy in Akeef Nugent, in Andrew Holness's constituency at that.
That is it.
In
that
Andrew Holness's constituency.
You understand what I'm saying? Because him should be a roadman, him go pick a different ambassador, you know, but want to split short and cut out to one private part. A matter of fact, him should have carried that little one in the parliament. No, I don't know. Don't carry him in the parliament. No. Let that little boy stay right where he is. Nobody. No. But yeah, here's the thing, Andrew. Here's the thing with Andrew Holness.
Yes.
Everything for Andrew Holness is PR. But where him do? Him contaminate the parliament to what me see him do. But if you carry a little bright one, you could have make him come speak to the nation. Because him could have come and say, listen, I am doing that. And then you use him to go on to school and do other things and make him motivate some other kids and do it. And health ministry should have do that long time because of that. But wait, that little boy with such a great program, program, $9 billion went back into the consolidated fund. Yes. How much could they have expanded this little boy's idea into many more communities using that same money? Using that same money. They say they don't have programs. They don't have the programs in place, right? Yes. This little boy with one idea that can be multiplied. Of course. He lacks resources. And him using school fee, him school money, but him lunch money, and I put exactly in other things. Him do it. He's showing them how it can be done, you know. He is showing them how it can and should be done. Reach the little ones, teach them how to read and write, provide because it hurt us. Yes. Much of the right, and he might do it, he might teach, he might keep him the support, he might put him the money, and him do have it. And Prime Minister says, I will talk on Cebu can help you. But you have Camilla Johnson Smith, we get 58 million with that way. Waste of money. Waste of money. Million. And then private sector one go care and private sector see this. That's why I'm born PSOJ, you know. This one I see them look on him 4 months ago, 5 months ago. And you see it's like a 9-day wonder. Yeah, it's everything in Jamaica a 9-day wonder. You use him and make a mad and then you find out say you have some other kids like him that come out front too. Them that come out exist. Them stay. They exist. They are there. They exist. Because even the bad man have children in a way. Even the man who say I'm done. And he's a bad man and a killer of other people's. He has children. He has children too, you know. That's where we. He has children too, and he wants the best for his children. Yes. Why can't we use these young people
who are making a difference in their community in a positive way, uplifting their community, creating their own programs to help their peers be better, because they don't want to see their peers become gunmen. They want to see their peers become lawyers, doctors, teachers, sanitation workers, plumbers, electricians, masons, cosmetologists, hairstylists. That's what they want to put the programs in these communities that they can benefit. Put after school programs in there so that when school finish, they can go into after school programs, and make sure they have a program in place to ferret out the pedophiles and the child abusers, so that they don't go into these programs for the sake of abusing children. All those things have to be considered, but there are programs that they can put in place with to address the situation of crime facing Jamaica, to address the situation of unemployment in Jamaica, to address the situation of illiteracy in Jamaica.
So, Maria,
because a person who cannot read and write is a danger to society.
No, but that, remember, so the politician like Angela, I can talk about immediately for a while, and it not mean next year. I mean, I'll tell you where I talk about, because in a film head, immediately. So he might tell you something where that mean him forget the dunce bag, because when him just say the why not make no sense. Him not say short term and medium and long term immediately. Me no, but him not see it, so him want tell you what it mean, because him feel say them kind of people they might talk to. You know, like when come and say we live and them just ring a bell and make a bag of noise.
Yeah,
and mama them run with film thing, you and all them run with film thing. Him feel say everybody are the same thing. No, we are dissecting him and hold him to account. Him need to stop it. We not joke, him need to stop these things. What may I say again, Mama Maria? The Prime Minister turned back 9 billion in every community. Yeah, the kids them from school. If we give them back some playground and build some skill centers there.
Exactly.
Some library there, same way. So if we have the library with the skill centers with library, and you know you go there, you go learn computer, this.
Yes, exactly.
You have a netball field. You have them look park where them can sit down and enjoy themselves. Them won't war. If we go back in every other place, because in them places, we have places everything where the kids them can go enjoy themselves. See? No,
but you know how many young people, Wayne, with talent that's just going, just going down the drain because they have no outlet to express themselves and to bring out their creativity. You know how many young people, hundreds of young people right now, thousands, sitting in these communities, just waiting for one sensible adult to come up with some ideas and put some programs in place that benefits them. You know how many young people are there waiting for that? You know how many young people are there who will teach their peers, like Akif Nugent is doing, and help them become better, that bring out the best of their better selves? You know how many young people are there? But they are waiting on the adults, which is the government. They are waiting on the non-governmental agencies to say, okay, let's see how we can provide some funding for you. They are waiting for the private sector organization, which benefits from people being poor.
Yes.
Okay. But when the people are, the poorer the people are, the richer some people get.
Yes.
Okay.
But I'm going to show them something, Maria. Very important to talk now, because we are going deep now. Remember, you know, we're not tap, no, me talking, we just attack for the surface. I mean, after the queen. We just attack over the surface. Me and my sister, me and Maria, they are reason. Let me show you something. You see, the most famous set of people that come out of Jamaica come from the ghetto and the rural. Not
exactly.
Them.
Exactly.
Not them. You want to check from Bob Marley, go back to Tibet and the whole of them. Check all of the artists them. And tell me much of them come from Matalana, come from who and the F's of them and thing. Check them. Check the whole of we run through the world. Check in our sports. More you checking at sports, right? More you checking at the sports, check from Shelly and Veronica Campbell and Daniel Quarry and the whole of them. And tell me much of them are Matalan and is what have you. Tell me if you find one of them big and worthless. Them won't go to sit down about money. Yeah? But the people them all of Jamaica come from ghettos, rural and urban. Ghettos, we call
exactly.
it. Okay? So poor people rise Jamaica. Yeah? And not them. So if the it's just show you where the people them come from, we can continue to do this here. This is what we know. So that when I get up and say, the man, them not do nothing. Where them ever run and win. Where them ever work and music them. What them do? What them do? Rob up the place, out there, sell the most coke in our place and build some little place I want to save and fight for you them. But yes, still who keep up Jamaica. You just take all of them, take the musicians them come right up. The athlete them and enough of them people where them start from. And rise up. But you have certain amount of family where they're there. Just them pick me a cokehead enough for them, you know. Cokehead! All them that, all them do just go on like slut. Each man. You don't even know all these things and take coke and do a bag of things. Well, them don't know what to do. Allow me to tell?
No, but you see, look, just take one area win. You mentioned a number of them, but just take one area right now. Entertainment, music industry, reggae music in Jamaica, going back to ska, rock steady, all of those. One, just look at one. Where most of the most talented, lyrically sound artists come from. The ghetto. And it is the experiences of the day was how they wrote their lyrics. When you listen to some of the lyrics coming out of the 50s, 40s, 50s, 60s, coming back up to Bob Marley, as some of the most, listen man, those lyrics, nobody not writing those lyrics anymore apart from you and Luciano and Barry Hammond and those people. Those lyrics are not being written anymore in a way. Where did that source
because of the experience,
lyrics come from? The ghetto.
Yes, and the life for you living now where you see, you know.
Exactly. When Toots Hibbert, your brother, God rest the dead, sang about 54-46, that's my number, was an experience.
Yes.
Was an experience, right?
Yeah, man.
When Peter Tosh sang about legalize it.
And you say it's good for this and that, and you see good for the PNC.
There you go. There you go. See, when Bob Marley sang about rat race, he was talking about what you know. So when you listen to the, if you wanna go to conscious music, if you wanna go to Lovers Rock, when Barry Hammond sings, he was singing about the experience of how a man is supposed to love a woman and whomever you want to love, but how the whole romance and intimacy is supposed. You follow what I'm saying? When you look at a Buju Banton, and when Buju Banton sings, I mean, when the lyrics that come out of Buju Banton don't come from uptown.
So the whole of we come from ghetto. Without the music, we don't rise, you know, we're not there, but we're there, you know.
You understand me?
We think about it, say the whole of it, they write this up. From Tutska right back, and we don't do what we do. We know the world, not because of them, but just
exactly.
We write Jamaica flag, not because of them, you know. Because we want to write Jamaica.
Yet, hold on the way. Yet, the ghetto people, the rural poor who created all this rich culture, who is benefiting more from it?
Them.
Uptown. And yet uptown and the government pressure these people so much so that they cannot make a decent and honorable living, honest living. So we have to get back to a place where we give the young people the spaces where they can hone their skills, bring out their creativity so they can stop warring against each other. Give them the room to have, because when those singers back in the day, you know, they didn't have what people have now to do music. No, they had raw talent. They could write. And who couldn't write had good vocals. They're still there. They have no outlet. They have no outlet.
That's true. Look here, me just get this. I'm showing us something, right? You know, me show something with the woman what she do with about sell crap on the road, right? And look who did build the place.
Disgusting.
But look who built it. This is the same Deborah Williams that are me and Deadman Mackenzie. When Ray and Never went to build those shack them never realized there was no running water and washroom. But everybody ready for photo. You see the photo making, see there?
Exactly. That is ridiculous.
And them could have make people dead from germs and things. You see them? Or you have to do something like this. See them there? And you understand? See them there? See them there?
Yeah.
Me and everybody and Ray and Nephew and Deadman Mackenzie. And then the people, them can imagine no man do that and drop it right there and I touch people.
That was nasty. Nasty.
Yeah. And then
nasty and disgusting.
And you have been something for people sell food. I mean, I say even too portable. But them can claim.
Yeah.
And then you put a black tank somewhere there. And then run the pipe. Them you have to have running water, you go full it. Make them
of course.
Them, and you say
you can't build a marketplace without bathroom.
Come on now.
Yes, yeah. That is common thing, Wayne. Nobody needs mathematics to say that you need to build a bathroom for these things.
Yes. You see me, I say, them do these things. I see them there.
Yeah, and she just worked this too. I'm sorry, wait, she just worked it on nasty too.
Yes. Work the nasty. And then them a pick up feet and say, she shouldn't have video. You can't eat from them people here. You have to respect people and them health.
Yes.
You understand?
She has no respect for her customers.
If you respect people, man, you are selling something in the about the money. And by right, if you make change, you cannot touch money and not touch food at the same time. That's why you have to have running water. Money, I want to
exactly.
These are the things I tell you, them no respect people, you know. I did nastiest thing and them touch it.
You have to respect people, man.
Come on, man. I'm from them. Well, I'm bottom feed and them thing there. I want to talk about UNL for the man, them, you know. One of the man them check them put UNL up there, because nobody pose up like UNL. I want to go. So now we are then nobody reverse pound, you know. So I want to be careful, you know.
Exactly.
The apps. Yeah, because some people pose up like them are UNL, you know. Yeah. Yeah, so you have the ladies, you know, washroom and the man washroom. And you have the UNL them in there, you know, when some big mama come pose up in there like UNL. Yeah, you have to be careful. Eh?
Exactly.
Yeah, man. And the last thing I'm saying, you know, because I say, with time I'm not copying a sister, but tell me one now.
Yeah.
You see, big mama put out a lightning strike the other day, strike it place. Can you imagine? Is that no upstairs, no wow, you have Bank of Jamaica around 200 feet. You have Wyndham up the sun, and high building and everything, and them have high pole. You have TBJ, JBC poles set up so high. You have RJF pole there. You have a high pole and everything all over the place. But them say lightning strike film place. Now me I hear say it must start 3 times it strike. You know, see a big mama lightning I look for man, treat lion wicked man. And the propaganda, and if you not take sleep, man, that's something wrong, you know.
The propaganda machine.
Lightning strike 2 plates twice. You're supposed to know, say, it's a message I'm saying. Big mama too dangerous. So if it really strike 3 times there, you know.
Yeah, that propaganda machine is a danger to Jamaica and Jamaican people.
Yes, man. But we're not. Yeah. But yes, we run us. Are we are the watch lion and the lioness. And the watch lion is on the lioness, right? That's you know. I stand guard, you know.
We have to be the gatekeepers in a way. We have to be the gatekeepers.
We are the gatekeepers, man. And we don't talk, you know. But we say lion and lioness. You know, we don't say the watch cat with the planet. The lion and the lioness there. You notice? Think of it correct. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So the lion and the lioness. So we think of it correct around here, yeah? We don't talk about immediate and it might not mean a year. Over them get the Prime Minister from man. No, man, I wouldn't get him from Maria.
Because you see, nobody is holding the local media in Jamaica is not holding him like I said, traditional media. They're not holding Andrew Holness or his administration to account, you know. But they follow every foolishness that makes, you know, for the foolishness that makes no sense. The shiny object while he's there yapping and carrying on like a fool, you know. But then if they were doing their jobs, you know, they'd be more effective. But they're not. They're just, you know, just saying it nonsense.
I say I can't catch him before me leave people. I want him say 2028. What on there?
conquered the fiscal issues and we are getting on top of the growth and employment issues. So we are into now.
So I'm saying now, you might get at the growth and the employment issues. Or you say the place, you can't just say it fully employ. So you're getting employment issues. We never know we have issues with employment. We never know that. You say them lie though. You might come back to reality. All right.
Yes, Andrew at his best.
Different phase of the development. Now, if we continue on this phase where we have largely overcome the fiscal issues, then the next phase is how do we spend the resources that we get from good fiscal management? Some of those resources have to be spent on creating an equitable social safety net, which means that as we do better with our economy, we must make sure that we look out for the poor in our society. So we're
it's a big attack and the people are hungry.
Andrew should not Andrew should not mention the word fiscal and management in other people's mouth. No, man, he could not.
He must not.
No. Because he's the worst and the most corrupt leader opposition and prime minister in Jamaica. Worst. So when he's talking about fiscal management, not Andrew Holness. Not Andrew Holness. He cannot manage the Jamaican taxpayers' dollar because it only goes into the hands and the pockets of a few while the rest of the people suffer. He makes sure he's enriched and his friends are enriched and everybody else pay the price. So he shouldn't talk about fiscal management. No, the two things, no, not Andrew Holness.
And look on the mark him name Farid. Let me show him himself again. Let me just move him. You see the mark him name Farid? See them I run across him face there, you know. All right, look here. Look on him down there, so. You never mark up so. See them up there name Farid there, you know. See them there?
Yeah.
Me draw him up and say, you see, look on Shaw the look. But this and that before them going to prosperity.
Shaw look permanently frightened, you know.
Look when them at them.
Kind of like oddly Shaw, but right in this picture he looks permanently frightened.
I see him there, you can't see me now. See me now, look here. See that Andrew, look here, man. Look on them at them there, man, face. See them there, see the one of them there, cause him face there. See the one of them at them, cause him face there.
No, man, oddly Shaw look like he's permanently frightened.
Of course.
Spend on part.
Frozen in time.
Access.
You know, him must spend on part. And remember the one of them there now, flagship, you know. So you see me I talk about? Yeah.
Exactly.
We're going to improve education, and we're going to improve access to social housing.
Yeah.
But that is just one part of the challenge. As we improve our fiscal management, we are also improving our capital budgets, meaning the funds that we're going to be spending or allocating to fix roads, to build new houses, hospitals.
Oh, please.
All the great things that you want to see in your society. But the biggest challenge now is not the budget. The biggest challenge is the bureaucracy.
No, the biggest challenge is the stealing.
No, but the bureaucracy said them to stop them from stealing, but they want to move it. Hear this now.
When I use this big term bureaucracy, you know, everybody is looking at everybody. Who is that? What is that?
In bureaucracy, who is that? Somebody now look at bureaucracy, who is that? I must what's that? It can't be who is that. That?
You know, the Jamaican bureaucracy is about 130,000 persons, if you talk about public sector. So it is...
It cannot be the whole of them, and them is not the bureaucracy. We have something to safeguard. So don't smile again. Come and talk about the constable and them and nurses and them things. Them and the bureaucracy. I know them not keep... It's like when we have the commission, them keep them have to check them.
Yes, exactly.
them have to pass before certain things, and we have to look through the budget and see if them are thief or something. So it couldn't be the 130,000 of them. This is a fact. Yo.
No. The biggest problem Jamaica have is corruption, the stealing, the siphoning off of money.
I forgive my don't back for that, because right now that is not the bureaucracy. We just say a while of foolishness. 130.
But who created the bureaucracy? Wayne, isn't it the government created bureaucracy? The people create bureaucracy.
Aye, man. But who am I call the bureaucracy? Say 130 of them. No, don't smack.
Yeah, but
don't smack. Yeah. Don't smack. Andrew, it cannot be the constable them and the normal worker them and them people that work. No. But have some safe net where when you have spend the money, you know them agency where they come check and have some handful of people like where you have. Like some of them I get kickbacks now, you know, say, I'm thinking that Integrity Commission will hold them. And 130,000 people working in the Integrity Commission. And some of them complaints. Them that civil servants, they talk about. They talk about people working in the public sector, all them for the bureaucracy, man.
It's not, but these people create the bureaucracy anyway.
You understand?
Yeah, but when it's people behind the bureaucracy, but the bureaucracy is only there to create obstacles for poor people. It's not they're creating obstacles for uptown and the elites. It's only poor people who have to jump through hoops and walk and fire coals.
I don't want to create problem for poor people. But him now want to spend the money and want to blame the bureaucracy. But if you just check them and say, hey, you want to spend the money and say, me spend 200 billion, I'm going to buy a bridge. Nobody must fact check it and do nothing at all. And you must say, I'm not going to go prison feet. Listen here.
Technically, the Jamaican bureaucracy would technically have one person in each household across Jamaica.
Yeah.
It's just that the people who make up the bureaucracy don't necessarily see themselves as part of this efficiency solution. I just go to work to do my job, but my job is not necessarily seen as connected with an outcome for the efficient and quick delivery of a service or a good.
Foolishness matter.
And that is the real challenge. So we are in a new phase now of our development where the public discourse is about compensation and remuneration. It's about pain points and frustration with public services. See the two things and two parallels, compensation, but at the same time, public is frustrated with services. And it leads to a kind of dissonance in the society. And if you couple that with such a long period of no growth and poor fiscal performance, no wonder the average Jamaican would not necessarily come to a conclusion or an outlook in their mind that good things are happening in the country.
Yeah, no growth and poor performance. So then now come to, so if you have no growth and no performance, so you have a good thing happening in the country. So what, for the big boys them? Nothing happen for the people them. You see,
no, but the regular people don't see what he's talking. The regular people not feeling the prosperity that he's talking about.
Yes. Yeah.
So even though we're doing well in the economy,
you know, do no well, man. Stop talking about you do well, man. Which well him dig? A long time them not dig a well. Because I must say that well them attack. They pit the kind of well to go look water. But they not do no well.
Employment is growing. We're doing well in housing. We're doing generally fairly well. But the speed at which government is able to deliver on things like public transportation, garbage collection, water, fixing potholes, and just the general efficiency of the bureaucracy, how long it takes to get service from the government. Those frustrations, in addition to you know.
So all you say you do well about those fast situations to fix the patrol and get service and it. So I tell you say them now work, but I tell you say I do well. Yes, say I can contradict himself. You know, I don't spag him forget again, you know.
Yeah, but he's saying unemployment is the lowest it has ever been in the country. But if a person just get 1 day's work, 1 hour's work when it is considered employed. 1 hour, which is foolishness.
Of course.
So there's how they do their mathematics, the math is not mathing at all, because that makes no sense.
Yeah.
Still discontent over compensation and remuneration leads to sometimes a very jaded outlook by the average person on the future of Jamaica, particularly coming out of a period of high inflation. So I wanted to point out that in my script here, the NHT saying that they have 1,995 new units planned.
You see it? And not even a people must say the NHT, but here when it deliver now, here you know.
For the parish of Trelawney. 100, yes. But I noticed the hesitancy in the clap, especially at the front benches here where the NHT executives are seated, because 195 of those units are slated to be delivered next year, 2024.
So just 195 are delivered in 2024. Hear this again now.
But 1,300 is slated to be delivered in 2028.
So if 1,300 have a slate for a bill by 2028, 5 years from now, or in that get 70,000, ma'am. If you have 5 years from now before them deliver 1,300, you tell me now. Eh? Because if them could have been faster, they would have been faster. But if you have ability to them are deliver by 2028, 5 years down from 2023, 5 you know what people are dead by then.
Exactly. And how many people gonna qualify for those houses by then even?
By then. So 2028 election I run before that. So that not to show him could not match
right, so
the 70,000 when talk about and garbage chat.
But it's not. But you see, the NHT work, the NHT program is that it should not be a political football, because guess what? The NHT has a mandate, and the NHT's mandate is to build houses, affordable housing for public sector workers. So it doesn't matter which administration is in power; they collect revenue from contributors. They save up these revenue, invest this revenue so that they can build houses, and people apply and they qualify to get houses. Not many people, there are so many thousands of people who have been paying into NHT and they've never qualified. Some have died, never applied for a house. Many have paid into it, applied and not qualified to get a loan. So all those monies there accumulate and help to benefit other people. So the NHT's work is independent of government.
Of course.
It doesn't matter the administration that is in power. They have their own mandate and they have been carrying it out since its inception. So him showing up and, talking about the NHT's business, they didn't know. That's not his business. Go and find some solutions for the crime problem in Jamaica, which has nothing to do with incarcerating young people. Because you cannot incarcerate these way out of it. So NHT's issue is not the issue to be dealt with right now. There are bigger issues to be dealt with, not NHT. NHT is taking care of itself.
No other administration and a mandate. People, remember telling you again, whether I want to vote, I want to vote JLP or PMP. This time I want to ban down a country ban. NHT have a mandate, and I even put money in NHT. NHT money. Our money over the years.
It's over the years, yeah.
Yeah. Money. You might use money or time to budget. Believe it or not. We're not supposed to NHT rich, From 70s till now, from 70s rich. Enough people dead and never get it.
Exactly.
Enough people never get back them thing live overseas. See? So that him doesn't follow it up, take some deal up, follow up that. He doesn't follow up anything. So this is your flagship,
Exactly.
that's a manly thing, and you have to have big man under the bus, sir, man. Get real and make the people them know, man. Fast checking, man. Man, go get something. Go follow up needs, man.
No, but needs was nonsense, and he knows it. That was a failure from before it started. Anyway.
That's why we tell him to go follow up needs. Can you go money and try? If you go follow up needs, I feel flagship that.
But you see, this is the thing. He's talking about a program that was created by a family. Wonderful, because it comes through administrations.
Yes.
But I'm yet to see a policy that came from the mind of Andrew Holness that is right now benefiting the Jamaican people.
No.
Yet to see that.
No.
I want to see it in black and white, and people like how people can look to say, equal pay for women, Michael Manley.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying?
Master and servant.
I would want to see from Andrew Holness.
And then you have an exposing thing will come up PJ. So, go show me something and stop run for the people and thing and then put
yeah,
them down.
show me the policies that you're putting in place right now.
Government to continue, yes, but you don't take the credit for it.
Yes, government has to continue, but each administration will. Each administration come up with their own policies and add to what was created. So that's how you build a country, That's how you build a country.
Of course. So if them say partisan, the telecommunication business there, him again. Partisan administration. That you can have your cell phone and everything in program and a thing there. And him do it.
Yeah, Portia, she came and she unionized domestic helpers.
Yes. You understand? So,
and
then you see everything what Portia do to because it's set down here. So you know
there.
When them do and when them say. The part program and where that come from and everything. So who set the JD for them today, who set it once, thing set something. But don't show me things where said and you use it for benefit yourself and say, oh, you do this, not yours. And then whether make people better people, you have to sensible people and stop me making sure you don't back with them. Stop it.
I want to see tangible policies from Andrew Holness, not promises about sleeping with your windows and door open. And one person so stupid he did it and he's not alive today. That is how stupid he was. How can he believe anything that comes out of Andrew Holness' mouth? That was madness. So I want to see some tangible policies out of Andrew Holness that people can say, yes, Andrew Holness came up with this project, this program, this agency that is benefiting the Jamaican people in a real way.
What must have the place? I feel project that.
Yeah. Bulldoze people's house.
Kind of police, I feel project, project. We destroy the country.
Exactly.
And destroy the police force.
Yeah.
Come
with something tangible. Come with something tangible. And we can't stop talking about, Peter Phillips putting the economy on a good footing. Yeah, that is good. What you're doing right now come from another administration. Wonderful. That's continuity of government. What have you, Mr. Andrew Holness, done? What policies have you designed? What policies have you designed, created that come from your mind? When you look at the state of the Jamaican society and you put on paper and you went to your parliament and you went to your colleagues and you say, something, this project will work to help to lift young people out of this quagmire of poverty that they are in, the quagmire of violence and crime. This program, Andrew Holness, that we need to see that in black and white.
Judge Maria, don't even Andrew come in with zero plan. That means that some CEOs have come in with zero plan.
It's not too late for him to come up with something. Every day he's getting up and yapping. Come up with something.
And then him show life on top of him thing then. And who write it, them just write anything.
Yeah.
Listen to me now. When you write anything, yeah, people like we have to go through. Because remember, you know, yes, a bureaucracy. We are running it. Because the bureaucracy run the red tape. You have some red tape, but the people them are sending on even an iPad. If you look at school child, to help them in a school, you charge them, you have to buy it back. But when the big boy them come in, them can't clear them, they give them the car. You want to and the one of them. It's like them not pay the welfare, you know. It's not for them, it's them not pay a cent. And when it's sent,
Right.
then them pay about money. You tell me what kind of deal is that? But a small man coming him can't have a pay at the same time. You tell me if you don't
Exactly.
put red tape that a bureaucracy want to put against the people them at Jamaica.
Against poor people. Exactly. Exactly. It is set up against poor people. Yes.
Set against poor people. If you go with your barrel and Italy for you give people waivers and concession.
So if anybody should be getting a waiver, if anybody should be getting a waiver, yeah, if anybody should be getting a waiver, it's a poor person who somebody, you know, send them a barrel.
Yeah.
That's what you give waiver to. You everybody, only the top 1% is benefiting and reaping the cream of the top in Jamaica. Only the top 1%.
Yes.
The majority of the 99% is making them wealthy. So poverty and being poor works because it benefits a few. So the more people that are in poverty is the richer a few people are going to get.
Yes.
The richer and the more and the few.
Maria,
Yeah.
Them don't even fix up. Them don't never pop up prison. Them never
Exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
I remember, you know, me hear Gugu Gaga come and talk about them liming. Them liming. So when them come out, them are gonna learn something because when them go in there. But yes, you're just eager for the lock up the youth them and give them links right to Jamaica. And when you lock them and make the thing them and beat them and I take disadvantage of them. When you let them out in a 6 month or a year, they might turn monster. Who know develop more monster in the country because we don't have no sense. When the fee say when you back up a man and you can't do him all kind of thing, you make him look at him have a rifle, you know. Can get it, you know. I get it, you know. And him never walk and shoot still. But you hold him and him get a name and how him can get a rifle. And you think so when them come out him now run out, you know him are dead. But for him dead, him are dead. That's 30. We could have saved and remember he didn't have that bad in mind, but go on and do him on no much more. Don't reform them. No rehabilitation. Wanna angle them like them. I want to expect.
And expect that yes, they put them in these dungeons.
Let me tell you what them doing now. When them talk, let me tell you, when them talk to me, remember this. And you know, I catch me for talk to me. If you ever think about it, don't even dream about it. Because I remember some traumatized already from when I went. Remember, I took brother me up. Remember, me have my head back on now, you know. We just want to do good, you know. That's why I say, we not come number way. Because I remember me really big time on myself too, you know. Because I'm a man, I sit. No, me tell them the truth. Because sometimes I sit back and I say, you know, so I want to evil. But you know, you just want to use the good. And just conquer some little thing. But you know, want to do the good. Now, them come cross my back. You understand? Because them evil, you know. Them hurt me, you know. You understand? Yeah. And that's why I know the youth them feel, I know what them are got to. That's why I tell you, no stop do this, you know, create monsters.
Yes.
Blood run through everybody pain. You understand?
But consider this way. Consider this.
Yeah, man.
A young person, person, innocent, get caught up in their ZOZOs and their SOEs, right?
Yeah.
Arrested, locked up. No, put them into those situations in their dungeons. What do you think that young person is gonna come out and think and feel now? Create a monster right here. And on top of that, arrest this innocent person.
Yes.
And ruin their reputation. So they can hardly get a job. They cannot travel. So they're going to become monsters.
That means so them create monsters. So you have some people who control the monsters, but them creating them, you know. But you can control it, but you tell some people, say, listen, them don't create a monster with it. Don't come near. That doctor take Mr. I do not ramp with some people because we're not suspect already. Believe we're not suspect. That's why we rather stay in the wilderness. You understand? Keep away.
Yeah.
Then And enough you them do the same thing. Them turn them into monsters. But some people control the monsters in them.
Yeah.
And them I say, yo, because, you know, them spread the truth and know say, hey, Jano, you know, say, all right, they could do it that way, yeah. But, you know, remember, you look out for them, you know, because them are eating, you know. You know, so them are eating, you know. You understand? And you are trying to clear the place now. That means if you get rid of all of these Eden, then you can live in peace. But as long as them dead, and you see them do the same thing and do worse, like the man says, like a fire, you know, you turn it off. It's like them a turn on back the fire in a year, you know. To turn up the monster. You understand? They need to stop it, and them a pressure the youth, them a want to stop it. That's why it end up like this.
Yes.
Because they push people to a lot of things you don't understand.
That can be
them not have no feelings. So them coming like a car or something. Now, don't have feelings. You don't have no sense, you know. That on no foolishness. Don't talk to them. Hey, sister.
Blessings, my brother. Blessings every time. Yes, yes.
All right, my sister. Later. Yeah, tomorrow.
Yeah, man. Cool.
I'm out. Bless.